3. We run down them steps. Them girls got in that front yard. They were double dutching. Oh, they were hopscotching. And us boys, we would pitch the penny. Throw pennies to a line. Well, we won't gambling. We would just recycle pennies so we could go down to the corner store and get that penny candy. See, in my day, a shiny silver quarter. A shiny silver quarter. We get you 25 pieces of candy. 26 if Mr. Lulu counted wrong. Oh, I ain't lying. But anyway, like I said, we love WWE. We would wrestle all in that dirt yard, just wrestle all in that dirt yard. Woo, baby. After a while, my girl cousin, though she heard my great-grandmama coming, she grabbed that straw broom and she said, shh, shh, shh. And we all made it back on the porch. And there was no sign of my great-grandmother. Well, time went on, and we had all grown up to become productive citizens. We were at a family gathering, and my grandmama couldn't talk well, but you could see the pride and the joy in her eyes that all 5 of her mischievous great-grandkids had grown up to become productive citizens. 3 of us went to college, 1 to the U.S. Army, and during that time, my baby brother, he was the quarterback at the high school. Oh, you can see the pride and the joy in her eyes. But you know what? We were standing around talking about the good times we had in that dirt yard. And we thought my great-grandmother was crazy to be out there in the dirt yard, sweeping with a straw broom like this. Yeah, we thought she was crazy to be in a dirt yard, sweeping with a straw broom similar to this. But see, we didn't have sense enough to know. When she told us, don't move off that porch until I tell you to, she knew when we didn't obey her command. And we didn't realize, every time we stepped off that front porch and walked in that dirt yard, we were putting footprints and tracks all over them beautiful straight lines and patterns that she had created in that dirt yard. Yeah, she knew when we didn't obey her command, and yeah, we thought my great-grandmother was crazy. But no, she wasn't crazy. My great-grandmother was wise. Thank you. No. That's a true story, y'all. A shiny silver quarter will get you 25 pieces of candy, but candy high now. But anyway, I did research. I was really impressed about that recording with the hip hop. I was impressed by everybody, to be honest with you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Storytelling been around for generations and generations. God has blessed me with this gift. I don't take it for granted. Saturday morning, I'm headed to Allen, Texas to perform down there. And God has been really, really good. I'm going to take this story that I'm going to present to you. I'm going to Allen, Texas on Saturday morning to present this story. I did extensive research. The first time I did it was Miss Wanda Doctor's 2nd grade class. It was 2 minutes long. She asked me to come up with something, and I used what y'all use a lot today. That technology, that computer. So I Googled this particular woman I'm going to tell y'all about. And the story was 2 minutes long. Well, by the time I finished, it was 2 minutes long. But when I left that school that day, the character stayed on. And this has become one of my signature pieces. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. The trouble I've seen. The trouble I've seen. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. We cross seas in the hulls of ships. Many of us died crossing those seas. Many of us jumped to our freedom. We were spooned together in the hulls of ships. Many of us died crossing those seas. Many of us jumped to our freedom. In 1619, the first 20 Africans were brought to Jamestown, Virginia. They were put on the auction block. They took white gloves and opened their mouths to check their teeth. They took white gloves and rubbed their hands all over their bodies to see if they were strong enough, to be sold like cattle. My name is Thomas Ernest Reynolds. I come off the Reynolds plantation in North Carolina, but my people come off the Reynolds plantation in South Carolina. I didn't know my mammy too good because they sold me off when I was about 5 or 6 to this here Joshua Reynolds, who grandpappy ain't nobody but my great-great-grandpappy, so that naturally makes us cousins. You see, slaves were human beings, sold off by other human beings to work their fields, pick their cotton, raise their babies, and make things that we won't even allow to use. Oh, I get mad about that thing, but you know what? Life been all right by me. You see, I is a free Negro, and I carry my slave papers wherever I go. And I was proud to say I was part of the Underground Railroad, and Harriet Tubman was my friend. Now, her real name was Armida Ross, and she come off a plantation in Dulce County, Maryland, the Edward Broder's plantation, and they were known for their basket weaving. Well, around the age of 12, Harriet and this slave was out one day, and this slave was causing a ruckus. So the overseer picked up a 2-pound grabber, and they jumped it at that slave. Instead of it hitting that slave, it hit Harriet dead in the head. It caused her to have what they say a fractured skull. But they said when she come to, she was strong as an ox, tough as a mule, and had eyes so keen she could see through the night. You see the color of my skin? This here allowed me to work in what they call the big house. Well, they say my mammy was the color of my shoe, so she had to work out there in them fields from sun up to sundown. Well, I was known as what they call a servant boy. When master had all them nice fine dinner parties, I would stand in the corner with a big silver serving tray and just grin. Well, then come Master Jones and his missus with that gal serving. Woo-wee! I was right sweet on that gal. So we eyeballed each other, and we eyeballed each other, and we eyeballed each other till I got the nerve to ask my cousin, Master Reynolds, could I marry that gal? He said, sure, Charles, go right on ahead. Well, on a nice day in May, we had something what we call a matrimony. Oh, my cousin, Master Reynolds, gave me a nice top coat and a hat and my sweet gal. Her missus gave her some of the most pretty and delicate lace you would see. And we did something what we call jump the broom. Well, we danced and we ate, and we danced and we ate, and we danced and we ate. And a few hours later, she had to go to her plantation and I had to stay on mine. Oh, right then I was determined I was going to get my freedom. Not long after that, all the masters was at Master Reynolds' plantation. And they were standing around smoking their nice fine cigars. I'm standing there with my silver serving tray just a-grinning and listening. And no, I ain't nosy. I was just using my ears twice as hard to hear and see. They was talking about a woman by the name of Harriet Tubman. Said she was going around to different plantations freeing slaves. They said they had a price on her head for $40,000, dead or alive. They didn't want us to read. They didn't want us to write. And they sure didn't want us to praise the Lord. But we had a certain way of talking to each other. Moses, who used to drive Master Reynolds and Misses to church service, he would stand outside the window and listen to all the scriptures that were being read. And when we would get down by the river, he would read it, he would say them scriptures to us. And we talked about different things, about freedom and hope. Well, I got the nerve to tell him about Harriet Tubman. Y'all, it was a nice full moon night. Don't nobody know what direction she come from, and don't nobody know what direction she came. She just appeared with a double-barrel shotgun. And anybody who wanted to follow her, they would. Y'all know those blueberries and red berries? They would keep us strong and healthy. And when our feet were hurt, we would gather elements from the earth, leaves, and pack them in our shoes. And we traveled along the river. And the reason why we traveled along the river, just in case that overseer got in behind us with them dogs, row, 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 we'll jump in the water. And then it cast off our smell. Well, right before we got to the Mason-Dixon line, we picked up my sweet gal. Oh, she pulled a branch off a tree with some leaves on it, and she walked backwards, sweeping up our tracks. Yeah, she had a branch off a tree, sweeping up our tracks, walking backwards. Oh, yes, my sweet gal. We got up around Delaware, Pennsylvania, the Choptank River, and we came across some nice black folks, abolitionists like Frederick Douglass, who was against slavery, and Quakers. They were white folks, and they was against slavery. They had something what they call a safe house. If you came to the house and there was a iron jockey in the yard with the lantern lit, it'll let you know if it was safe. And then if you went in the house, there were red roses on the table. That'll let you know how many fugitives they were holding to their freedom. And then those nice quilts the women folks used to sew. Oh, they had patterns on it to tell us what way to go and what way not to go. Oh, we had some things on them folks. We stopped on one last time at a tail feed. And the overseer counted 1 too many slaves. So we had to dig holes in that potato field and bury ourselves till the sun went down. Oh, we come out that night and we walked and we walked. Oh, we walked and we walked. I could taste my freedom. Oh, I could smell my freedom. Until we got to upstate New York. There was a suspension bridge that connected New York and Canada. It was dangerous to cross that bridge because it was high winds and it was sway. Oh, it was dangerous to cross that bridge, but cargo could cross it real good. Yeah, cargo could cross it real good. And I crossed that bridge as some cotton. Oh, yes, I did. I was counting this cotton, and I made it to my freedom. Yes, I did. Well, young folks, before I go, I want you to hear me now. There are 3 things that nobody can take away from me. I want you to hear me. Since I've been free, there are 3 things that can't nobody take away from me. I can read, I can write, and I have my faith in the Lord. I am free. Praise the Lord. I'm free. No longer bound. No more chains holding me. My soul's resting. It's such a blessing.